Welcome to NCC Unplugged, the podcast from Norwin Christian Church where conversations, community, and culture converge.
Hey, welcome back to NCC Unplugged. Really appreciate you joining us today. We are calling this our staff roundtable, even though we're absent a few staff members.
We are.
My name is Jeff Terpstra. To my right is
Jonathan Slatt.
To my left,
Joshua Persall.
and further my left,
Matt Mastroianni.
yeah. So we're missing Allison Murray,
Yes,
and we're missing Brian Elliott.
right. But Brian will be joining us shortly.
He might. He's working with somebody with doing some music stuff.
Yeah.
So I mean that's
It's the kind of stuff
like his
Brian
job.
does.
Yeah.
He does that.
so
for real.
So that's where he is right now.
Excellent.
But we still thought we'd sit down right before summer. It's right before summer for us, kind of like it's officially summer, but right before.
Not really officially summer.
Yeah, because we haven't hit
On
our
the
first
calendar.
big summer event.
Well, like on the calendar, summer season.
20th. You're
like
right.
June 21st, 22nd.
Okay.
But yeah,
That's
it's
fine.
after Memorial Day. So
It's just these detailed
school is
people, man.
out.
These detailed people get me.
It's,
I'm not worried about dates.
nah.
I want the feel. The
Summer
feel of
vacation.
We're
summer.
still kind of
It
waiting on the
feel.
field,
Well, I was
too.
going to say, yeah, if we're waiting for the feel, it's
Maybe
not
tomorrow.
there yet.
Maybe
It's
tomorrow.
definitely not there. Like church-wise, I was thinking VBS. Like VBS
yes.
is kicking off our summer.
Yeah.
For
right?
sure.
It is.
Which Allison isn't here to talk about, so we'll talk about it a little bit. This year seemed a little bit slower as far as registration going, except for like preschool, like our preschool kids.
We had
These
to
are-
cap it.
I know this is the first year
Yeah.
we've had to cap our attendance for preschool. They meet up in the fellowship hall. So based on just like space and volunteers, is like we got preschool kids running up the roof of this building,
We
right?
do.
So we need to cap it. But a little bit slower as far as volunteer, elementary kids. So we're still kind of waiting on some there. We're filling some gaps, but I think as Allison always says, like it'll come together, which is partly prayer, partly faith, partly knowing the history of it, and it does come together. Right?
And the last week will be exciting for
Yeah.
late registrations and all
Yeah.
that.
So Jonathan and I, we are kind of like co-hosting. We're like the MCs kind of this year.
I'd say so, yeah.
So like normally there's like an opening session, a closing session. We're both doing that. I'm going to be more opening, you're being more closing, but we're kind of helping each other. We're going
Yeah.
to kind of do the skit together, some different things. So I'm excited about that.
Personality hires. Personality
Are you
hires.
hiring personalities?
Like you
Like
talk about.
we are personality hires, like hired for our personality.
Yeah.
Or your
Except we
personality.
don't get paid for it, which
Well,
is
you're
Wow.
English,
Fair.
apparently. Right?
Hired for their personalities.
Yeah.
Woo.
I think typecasting is like what you're thinking, right?
Mm-mm.
No,
not
he was
at all.
thinking personality.
Okay.
Personality hire, yeah.
We'll edit that out. No, you don't have to. Joshua, what are you doing?
I am a crew leader, so go color yellow. Woo.
Oh, you already know your
Yeah,
color.
yellow.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Of course, it could change,
Right,
but
right.
I think
Right.
it's looking strong.
And then Matt, I know you're probably going to be zooming in and out for different things.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm working on a
But-
bunch of the signage and stuff for VBS.
Yeah.
At the shop right now, we have like giant 4-foot-tall bears and eagles.
That's awesome.
And we're working
did you
on
get that one done of me?
Yeah,
I asked you for like 6 foot though.
6 foot. Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah,
The one who
not
gets
life
hired for his
size.
personality.
Yes,
Yeah.
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 And we're working on doing pretty cool trading card set this
Yeah.
year too.
Yeah.
So,
So that'd be
that's-
really cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna have
So
those done.
The VBS will probably be over by the time they listen. to this.
Probably.
So it's not like, we're not giving anything away that they
Right,
might
no
not
secrets.
know.
Right.
But that is a cool addition that I heard. Instead of like
I don't know what it is, yeah.
the Bible buddies, we've done differently sometimes,
Yeah.
like stickers or they get the little figurine. Those got to be like super expensive.
Yeah.
But this year we're going to do like some trading card, like Bible
That's a
buddy trading
cool
card.
Some
idea.
stats on them.
They
Yeah.
have
It's a
stats.
cool idea.
Do they really?
Oh yeah.
No, that's awesome.
NCC exclusive too,
Yeah.
right? Like
Yep.
this isn't like
Wow.
custom.
with the VBS program. This is like
This is custom made
Mastro
by
Signs.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With
So,
some help from Allison too.
So Mastro Signs, you can find them at mastrosigns.com.
You don't
I don't
give me a shout out, but
right,
it is
so-
mastrosigns.com.
Matt's got a full-time gig doing that stuff, and so we'll see, I'm sure, periodically through VBS doing that, running in and out. But so that's our big first event of summer. After that, you are going like back to CIY, Jonathan.
I
right?
am.
From VBS
Yep.
straight to
VBS
CIY.
straight
How
to
do you feel about
CIY.
that?
Fine. It's ready. We're good. That CIY, you just go.
You just
And
show
it's
up.
all there for you. That's the beauty of CIY. So we're leaving 6 a.m. the Monday after VBS,
Yeah.
and we're going to go straight up to Michigan and
But you're making the
straight
kids
through.
spend the night here Sunday, right?
Yes, certainly.
Because you're like, we are not going to be late.
we're not going to be late.
And
No.
you could
that's a good
name
plan.
the 3 kids right now that would be late if you didn't have them
Yeah.
spend the night here.
Right.
And so, for everybody's benefit,
We
and
are
parents,
spending the night. And
because now
yes.
I don't need to wake up to bring my child here.
Exactly.
Which this is my child's first CIY.
Yes,
Whoa,
it
wow.
So I've led CIY, I don't know, 25 times. That's an exaggeration. Maybe not that many times.
You're not that old.
At least 13 times.
He started when he was 10.
So I would say at least 15, 16 times.
Yeah. Okay.
But it's now to have a child do
Going
do
to
that.
it, yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty wild.
How do you feel about that, Jeff? Let's unpack that.
Let me lay down. No, it's interesting. This I feel like this milestone for like, you have that oldest child hit
Yeah.
all these milestones. This one's hitting harder than most others.
Okay.
High school.
High school.
High school's hitting harder.
High
than
school's
most
big.
others.
Yeah.
Whoa.
That is big.
So that's a big step in our family and all of that. So that's probably one of our bigger summer things is like that transition, figuring out that into high
Yeah.
school and all of that. I mean, it's an exciting transition. It's like got to figure out classes for high school. You got to, new activities, youth group at church, like new friends, navigate those situations and all that. So it's been interesting.
Well, and you've learned too that like when a parent, not saying that you did this, but when a parent submits something late, like it's not because they don't care, right? It's like, did you ever feel that?
For sure. Don't take it personal, right?
Yeah, right, exactly, yeah.
Like it's not personal. I got this late. It's just I had blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, yeah.
My mind shuts off when they start the excuses. I'm like, no, it's
Yeah.
because you hate me.
Right.
Sorry,
I think you've got
Jonathan.
everything on time though.
Between my
Allison
wife
got
and I
everything on
think.
time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well done.
So,
I'm excited.
what else do you have coming up this summer?
Yeah, so CIY is the big high school
Yeah.
event of the summer. After that, we have our big middle school event, which is junior high camp at Camp Christian.
Yeah.
And that's a little different because we are in charge of everything there. Like, we make everything happen, me and the team that comes with me. So we've been locking in all sorts of stuff. We have a lot of volunteers this year, so
Cool.
I've been delegating more, and there's more creativity, and people are able to step in different ways, which has been awesome to see, because if I do it, it's just the same thing every year. So it's like for other people to come in and have good changes. But that's fun because that's up in the mountains and there's no cell service.
Nice.
So I love it. Like I wish I could live up there. That'd be awesome. But I have this like romanticized version of myself where I'm living in a cabin just like splitting logs
Yeah.
in my flannel.
But when's the last time you've actually split
I have
logs?
not like a log. Like I've like hatchet split firewood and stuff.
Like a tree branch.
Yeah. I've never like cut down a tree.
And I got
but
a splinter.
I feel like I was, yeah. But it I don't know.
Yeah.
It sounds like it'd be cool.
Yeah.
I like it up there. Yeah.
What other big summer rhythms do you get into?
Other stuff we start our Tuesday night hangouts, which are some of my favorite things we do in the summer with our high school. And that's just basically youth group at people's houses where instead of doing like a formal lesson or meeting at the church, it's like we go different places, have campfires, swim in people's pools, play like all sorts of games and just get to talk and get to know each other a little better. Those are super fun. That was like when I started this job, doing those is when I finally felt like I was like in as the youth minister. I was like, yeah, they like me. They like me. They
want me
like
around.
Yeah. So that's I love doing those. And other than that, it's just go all the time during the summer.
Yep.
Cool. Yeah.
Joshua, you're back in town. You're out for a little bit. You're
yeah.
back. Which depending on when this goes out.
Right.
Maybe you've been back for a while. What are summer rhythms for you?
Yeah, so we are, just as a reminder, we're looking for a new small groups minister. So continuing on that search team and excited to be involved in VBS. And then since we are short on a small groups minister, then I'm kind of the interim of kind of coordinating the small groups. So we'll be checking in with our small groups leaders and getting things lined up for the fall. And that'll be good. Small groups is super important to us, and we want to make sure that we're strong and ready. And then holding down the fort in the office as people, lots of people come and go. It's summer's a different rhythm, but it's exciting because we're doing ministry, still sharing the gospel, of course, but doing it in different spaces, involves travel and different things. So yeah, I think those are those are kind of the key things going on.
Yeah. Matt, what about you as far as work, personal stuff?
Yeah,
What's your summer like?
Back in April, my wife and I celebrated a pretty big milestone, being married 20 years.
Yay!
So
Awesome.
we are celebrating that at the end of July into August. We're going to Hawaii for our anniversary. So
Awesome.
we're taking Levi and Juliet with us because we figured such a big, exciting trip. We wanted them to be a part of it. So we're gearing up for that right now. And also I'm balancing, the shop's going to be closed down for a couple weeks because we're going for 2 weeks. And Alonzo, who works for me, we didn't plan it quite right, and he's going to be on vacation that same exact time. So there is we're going to be shut down for 2 weeks.
Wow.
So that's exciting and stressful at the same time, but I'm trusting God that there'll be business for me when I come back.
Yeah.
But then I said, who knows? I may go to Hawaii, and when I get back, sell the business and just move to Hawaii.
Do it.
Yeah.
This is like Jonathan's version of
camp.
splitting wood.
Yeah.
I could open up like a mobile sign station on the beach.
Yeah. They need signs in Hawaii.
They do. Yeah.
What's crazy is Natalie and I are going on vacation with my in-laws, to her parents, to the same island, like a resort down the road, like the same week they're there.
5 minutes.
Like we're going to be basically on vacation together.
Yes.
You're going to do like a podcast out there?
We should do a podcast.
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
We're definitely getting dinner. It's gonna be
we're
awesome.
doing dinner.
Yeah.
Maybe going hiking because some people in your party don't enjoy hiking, and we do. So.
I quite enjoy hiking.
Okay,
Yeah.
well then
So I'll be there.
and your father-in-law may be joining us for some hikes.
It's nice, Jonathan, for you to offer to pay for everybody at that dinner.
No problem.
That was really nice.
Yeah,
of you.
that's what I heard. Yeah.
That was good. We can rewind it, but it was definitely so that's nice. That sounded very inauthentic. That's nice.
That's nice, Matt.
That's
Good for you, man. Let's move on.
I think for us, summer, it is that like different rhythm of things and maybe fast-paced thing. One thing for us as a family, we're all going on the mission trip. And so we're really excited about that. My wife leads the missions team here at NCC. We're going back to, or not, I didn't go the first time. She went last year, really working on an Indian reservation out in Arizona and with a ministry called American Indian Christian Mission. And so they run a kind of a boarding school out there off campus. And then so they go into the reservation to do some activities every day, kind of like VBS stuff. And then we're going to go to a church out there the Sunday we go out there. And so that'll just be kind of a stretch for us as a family. Our kids will be able to get to see what Allison's been talking about for so many years. And for us, we've always been involved in missions in different ways. We go to mission conferences. We've been on mission trips individually, and when Allison and I first got married, we went on a lot, and so this is going to be our first time with our own children and kind of the ages they are now, so we're excited about that. Nice. Yeah. Well, what else do we have going on this summer?
I think for me, this is and we talked about it a little bit in the previous podcast, but this is like a summer of transition for me in my job here at the church. Yeah. So Brian is taking over more of the tech duties, so anything you see during service, videos, audio, if you like it, tell him. If you don't like it, tell him. I'm more or less social media and website side of things now. So I got to say, it was hard at first, but man, am I enjoying it. Yes.
It's good.
It's hard, right? Because you're letting go something that you've developed and you've set a standard for, and now you're like, okay, I got to trust this person coming in. And so that'll be a summer of transition for him too. I mean, in a big way. Then he's having a baby, so he's going to be gone for a little bit.
His wife's
summer.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah,
I say it's wild, like we didn't see it coming.
It's crazy. It just came out of nowhere. Yeah. Insane.
That's nice.
That's nice.
Good for him.
Nice.
Oh man.
Do you guys have any like traditions you do over the summer outside of like church stuff?
We always do like a summer, we call it our summer playlist, and we don't mean like music, but like things we want to do, like summer bucket list
Oh, okay,
kind of stuff. And so we'll look up, last year we did this. We want to make sure we do it again. This, try to do like tubing down a river. We try to go to a sports game. We haven't done that the last few years, but Pirates, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that's probably our biggest is like, we just make a list of stuff and try to check it off.
How about you, Jonathan? Do you...
I go on all the church trips in the summer. Those are my traditions. Yeah. Usually we celebrate our anniversary at VBS.
Okay.
It's typically the timing. But yeah, so we have more like fall is kind of our, when things go back down and it gets a little bit more normal.
Right.
But it's nice that she has a flexible job and she's able to come to everything with me, which is cool. I've been into golf recently. So I'll probably try to do that throughout
How's
the
that
summer.
been working out for you?
Okay. Yeah.
Have you played before, or are you like brand new to it?
I was pretty good in middle school.
Okay.
Yeah, I had lessons. I was not too bad, but
you lost it all.
I lost it all. Yeah, I'm starting over. All my friends in my small group golf, so I was like, okay, I need to learn how to golf.
Peer pressure.
So I learn something new every time I go with them.
Are they easy on you? Like,
Oh,
or
yeah,
do
they're
they give
great.
it to you all the time?
No,
like,
they're great.
They're
like,
good. Okay.
I'll show them what I'm doing, and they're like, "Yeah, that's just not right at all." So then they'll correct everything. Yeah, they're good guys.
Cool. How about you, Joshua? Do you have any family things, traditions that you do every summer, or try to do at least?
Yeah, we just made a big trip to Alabama to see my family down there. We don't necessarily do that every summer, but that was a big deal. But we like bicycling. That's our thing around here. So I actually just went and picked up. We had custom made bicycling T-shirts for our family.
nice.
So we are super fired up about it.
You didn't go to Mastroianni for that.
We don't do T-shirts.
Oh, they don't do.
Nope.
Otherwise, Mastroianni is always our first stop. It's always our first stop.
Do they say anything on them?
They do. It's the Persall Peddlers, and then it's got our family themed Bible verse on the back, Deuteronomy 6. So
that's
so
great.
Cool.
yeah. So and they're just so they're nice and noticeable, so we can see each other from a distance. They're hunter orange,
Oh,
Very
and if
nice.
we're ever out on the trail and it feels like hunting territory, then we know because occasionally you'll be like, should I have on orange? Are those gunshots I hear? Is this a sportsman's club? We're like rolling into the territory. So
Did you see that arrow fly by?
yeah, that's right. So so
That's just Jonathan living out his lumberjack.
yeah, so we'll be hitting the bike trails pretty soon and see what it brings.
Very cool.
We hit some goals last year, hit some records, and so we'll see what this
Is
year
everybody on a
brings.
bike these days?
So
Adoniram
Adoniram still, our youngest, he'll still need to be in some kind of he's 4, so he'll still need to
They
be
just make them walk.
pulled behind. And so our 8-year-old's doing really good. I'm not sure if he'll still be attached or if he'll be loose. We'll see kind of what that looks like. 'Cause, there's pros and cons. We like to get in a certain amount of miles when we can. So.
Freedom means pedaling on your own.
Right.
Yeah. So that popped out in my head the other day. Every single one of my kids learned to ride bikes at this church.
Oh,
Like we
okay.
never had a good driveway, and so we would come to the church, and that's where they learned to ride bikes, just in the parking lot throughout the week and weekends and different things like that. So,
How old were you when you learned how to ride a bike?
1.5.
Okay. What do you mean?
We were
Whoa.
early. No, I have no idea. John. I made that number up.
Before he
idea.
could walk.
Yeah, before you could walk. Yeah, I was 12.
Okay.
That's late.
Super late. Yeah.
So, we used to rent bikes at camp. Every once in a while at Camp Christian,
Yeah.
we would rent bikes, and there was always a kid or two. One year, there was one of my interns didn't know how to ride a bike.
Yeah, it was not me.
No,
No. I was,
so if
I
it was you, I would have called
I
you
was
out.
15 at that point. I had been riding a bike for 3 years. So
I learned how to ride a bike when I think I was 6.
Okay.
I remember my parents bringing it out on Christmas morning. It was awesome. Black BMX bike, and took the wheels off. There's somebody on staff not here that I may be related to that still doesn't know how to ride a bike. So
She's probably okay with that.
Yeah, we make fun of her every chance we get.
So let's do it again.
So let's do it again.
I just realized, some people are just like, I just
Never
saw
had a
who we
reason.
were as a family.
Just
Didn't do that. So that's cool. How old were you when you learned how to jump on a pogo stick?
Do you have to learn how to do that? You just do it?
Yes.
Oh,
I don't know how.
Yeah. I'm not
think
sure I know
we've
how.
only owned a pogo stick like once. Like
All
we've
right.
had one pogo stick, and my
Next.
mom was jumping on stage with it at VBS once, and she went through the stage where the boxes used to be.
Oh, no way.
So we stopped using it after that.
Yeah. And that
Yeah.
stage was still broken up until
Up until
I think I know which box that was.
Next staff roundtable, we need to do some pogo sticking.
yeah.
I have several at home. We'll see how it works out.
Wow.
That would
I'm pretty
be
confident.
I'm feeling challenged.
Okay.
This is how we're going to get people to shift from audio only to video.
To video, yeah.
Yes.
You just
For
I don't know.
sure.
I feel bad promising it because I might forget, but we'll try to remember.
We might
know.
need a taller ceiling.
We could take it outside and try it. Let's just do it after Hawaii, though. So I don't want
Yeah.
to go injured.
Hey,
That's
well, think
right.
about that. So I'm going skydiving next week.
You are.
So by
Whoa.
time,
Yes.
yeah, you guys didn't know this about me.
No.
I was supposed to go with them, but my
Yeah.
wife was like, it's a little too close to Hawaii.
Yeah.
Why don't we go after?
Yeah.
Yeah. So talking about small group, your small group golfs together. My small group skydives
That's
together,
insane.
Jonathan. It's actually just me and one other person, and he's like, "This is something I've always wanted to do. Never done it." I'm like, "I'll go," and so we're going.
That's insane.
Yeah, I still forget about it. Actually,
I can't believe you're doing that.
it's on my calendar, so I'll remember. But
Listen, I think Jonathan needs to write down the dates in case he needs to preach. Like,
I know,
if
yeah.
you're not here anymore, we're gonna have to figure this
it's
out.
a Friday, so I'll do the Thursday service,
Thursday,
and then
yeah.
you'll just have to pick up what you
Make
remember.
sure and email us before you go what the sermon, so we'll be
Yeah,
ready.
we'll be ready.
I can just record the Thursday service. And
Yeah,
we'll
there
just
you
play
go.
it
Just
on
play
the
it.
screen.
I don't
Yeah,
think
it'll
the
be
church will appreciate you taking the early train to heaven, man.
Do we have insurance for this if something happens?
I don't think so,
Yeah,
and we
Aflac?
probably shouldn't even be talking about this. Our insurance rates may go up.
Are you doing because isn't there 2 ways you can do it, right? Like you are the one diving, or are you going to be strapped to a
I'm going to be,
professional?
I'm gonna be
You'll be-
strapped.
yeah.
to
Okay,
somebody.
yeah.
They're going to be
Tandem
strapped to
dive,
me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, it's a specialty place. I jump out first, and then they catch up to me,
Yeah.
and they just give me a big hug.
They got you.
No, that's not how it
Yeah.
works. But I'll be strapped to him, so it'll be cool. I've always wanted to do it, and I'm like, hey, somebody else wants to do it, we'll do it together.
Cool.
That's crazy.
Nice.
So I'll let you know next podcast how it goes.
Yeah, I can't
Maybe you will.
Dun, 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 dun.
Did I ever tell you my skydiving story? I won't make it long-winded.
Okay.
But me and my buddy back when I was in college went up to Grove City. We went through all the training, got all suited up. We were about to get on the plane. It was a beautiful sunny day. And just out of nowhere, this random storm hit. So they're like, we're going to cancel the skydive. Come back tomorrow. So that was on a Saturday. We went to church on Sunday. Beautiful day. Drove back to Grove City. They were like, since you guys just went through the training yesterday, you don't have to do it again. Okay. Got our outfits on, got strapped in. Beautiful sunny day. Got on the plane. Boom. Thunderstorm out of nowhere. So I took that
way.
as God telling me you're not
You gotta
supposed to jump
stop.
out of a plane, and I never did it. So my buddy went the next week and did. So ever since then, I've wanted to
Yeah.
still. So eventually, I've indoor skydived. That's been
Yeah,
that's
I've
fun.
done that.
That
I've
is
done that.
really.
I don't
fun.
think I could ever do that.
the real stuff.
like skydiving out of a plane.
What
That's
if
a
I
step
got
I
to,
can't
what,
take.
what if I got to the point that I did it enough that you could be strapped to me? Would you do it?
That's worse, I think.
Then your wife would have somebody that she knows to blame.
Yes.
All right. Well, thanks guys for sharing how things are going, what you're looking forward to this summer, kind of an inside look a little bit at NCC, what we're doing this summer. We got some following up to do. Pogo stick, skydiving. Who paid for dinner in Hawaii?
Yeah.
Um,
That's already been discussed. Jonathan is.
what the shirts look
We'll
like
see.
for biking.
Woohoo!
How the mission trip goes.
Yeah.
Lots of stuff to talk about. So.
Wow.
Hey guys, we really appreciate you listening to NCC Plugged. Listening
Unplugged.
To
You just said plugged.
Unplugged.
Unplugged.
Hey guys, thanks for listening to NCC Unplugged and listening to us for a little bit. Really appreciate you being there with us. All right, guys, have a great summer.
See ya.
Thank you for tuning in to NCC Unplugged. If you've enjoyed our podcast, please be sure to rate and review it and share it with your friends and family. If you are interested in learning more about Norwin Christian Church, visit our website at norwinchristianchurch.com. We also invite you to join us at NCC for one of our 3 services. Sundays at 8:45 and 10:30 a.m. and Thursdays at 7 p.m. We have engaging classes for all ages, ensuring there is something meaningful for everyone in our church community. Thanks once again for listening, and we hope you have a great week.